The Dorkening and all affiliated shows are not intended for anyone under the age of 18. The following may contain discussions or scenes that have adult situations, graphic violence, nudity, strong sexual content, and graphic language. This show is intended for mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. We have very active lifestyles. It's not all wandering the countryside aimlessly or scaring passing motorists. And we all love a good cup of joe. And there's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. Bold, robust, delicious. It's coffee that can wake the dead. With over a dozen different roasts and flavors, Deadly Grounds can satisfy the most finicky of coffee addicts. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
And here we are. We're now live during the commercials. We were talking about Super Bowl commercials. But with us today, we have Kevin.
What's going on, everybody?
And we have Tony.
What is going on, people?
Kevin, would you like to introduce our awesome guests?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
So we're more than happy to be joined by, it came from the 508 Productions. Wolfie and I just did a review of a couple of their short films. And even though you guys have been around for a bit, it was new to me, even though whatever. I'm out of the loop apparently. So I definitely wanted to have you guys on to talk about this. So I'm just gonna go through the list. So we have James Lamond. That's James right there. We have Erica. Is it Looker Winchester?
No, it's just Looker.
Okay. We have Brianna, which we know Brianna very well from all the cons and stuff like that. We have Bob Mendel. Mendel. I'm sorry. And Dan Bouchard. and Dan Bouchard.
Yep.
And if you've seen the two shorts, you'll know Dan. He's very intense in both of those shorts. Shorts in question, the first one that you guys, I'm assuming it's the first one you guys released, right? The One Last Kill.
Yeah, it's the first stuff, anything we put out.
Really? So going into like how you guys came to be, how did they get to that point? How did they get to the point where you were making One Last Kill? Were you making stuff on your own? Like, did you partner up with people in the past?
Nope.
Oh, all right. That was the very first thing you ever did?
No, we basically, I posted on Facebook and said I wanted to make a horror movie. She replied and said she also wanted to make a horror movie. And we amassed a small little group of people that set out to make a horror movie. And it was really our first go at anything.
Really?
For the most part. Yeah. It was our first attempt at making a movie, period. We went into it pretty blind, not exactly knowing entirely how we were going to pull it all off, and we just went out there and did our best.
Wow. So just to clarify, like, you didn't do anything before this? Like, you didn't make any short films or ever growing up? Wow.
That was the first of anything we'd ever done.
That's even more impressive too, because like
totally.
that in the review that I did with the 13th Wolfman, we both really liked One Last Kill, and it didn't feel like a first film for sure, and then it even jumps up a level, like actually a couple levels, I would say, for the next one, for
The Box.
yeah, The Box. I don't know why I was like losing it. So like, what was the time frame between One Last Kill and The Box? Like, how long between those projects?
Pretty much, Erica, help me out here. We kind of hit the ground running with The Box like as soon as One Last Kill came out.
Yeah.
I pretty much put the script together like right after that.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
No,
Maybe like a year, maybe a little over a year. I don't
yeah,
know.
I'd say we wrapped on One Last Kill, and then a year later we were working on The Box.
Wow.
Or so, yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's like, even, I mean, I don't know if there's different. I mean, obviously there's some different cast, because Erica, you were in both,
Mhm.
right? And then Dan was in both, and so Bob and Brianna were newer to the crew.
Yeah.
And are these people that you know just from cons and stuff? Because again, we see these guys at cons all the time. Is that how you guys met?
Facebook.
Facebook. We are children of social media.
Oh yeah. Same thing goes for Bob as well.
Yeah, pretty much from Facebook networking and going to shows and cons and whatnot is kind of how our mutual friends kind of brought us all together, you know.
Nice.
So yeah, that's pretty much
That's
what it
awesome.
used to be.
So what was like? So what year did you guys do One Last Kill? Like, how long ago was that?
We shot that over the summer of 2016. Yeah.
Okay. That's, I don't know. It's weird to me that was the first, like, for real. Like, that's just in my mind. I'm like, how is that the first movie? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know. That's really impressive. I'm pretty
Yeah,
impressed.
because usually you'll see like a first, like a lot shorter too. Usually like the first shorts are like, 10 minutes long or something like that. And it's not as polished either. It seems like, I mean, I guess it was recorded around your area. So that kind of, I mean, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe Kevin would know more, but
Yeah,
You're
I mean,
absolutely right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
It,
it's
it was, I mean, literally most of the movie was filmed like in my backyard for the most part. Like, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it's like a couple of blocks away from our houses. You know what I mean?
I did smacking Brianna in the face.
I apologize. I apologize for it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, because the one thing that in the review of that Wolfie and I did is we both like agreed that could have easily been made into a longer movie too. Like, you could have expanded on that completely. And that's not what you guys are looking to do though, right? You guys are just looking to just move forward, right?
Yeah, well, like I said, we can't really talk too much about what's coming next, but yeah, we were just like, that's in the rear view. Like, One Last Kill right now. We're looking to continue it from what we've been building on already.
Nice.
So.
Like, was there changing? Did you change like who you worked with like cinematography and stuff too? Because there was a step up. It seemed like there was a step up there. I mean, obviously there was some learning that happened with the first one, but I mean, I was still impressed with a lot of really cool like planned out shots in One Last Kill as well, like the way that it flowed. I'm assuming that you're looking at your butler.
Yeah,
Right
she's
there.
out of frame.
It's like, yeah, yeah.
The butler is the
Our
cinematographer.
cinematographer's right here. There it is. That's Paul. No, same guy for both movies. It was Paul, our
Wow.
technical director and cinematographer. And you're right, there was some learning that came in for all of us between One Last Kill and the box. Assuming that's why the product looks leaps and bounds improved in the box in comparison to One Last Kill.
You guys also use different cameras and whatnot.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was more money too to put into the box than there was for One Last Kill, and that helps.
Yeah, definitely. Tony.
Now with the first one, One Last Kill. Now you said you had maybe a little bit more money for the box because probably at that point in time you really knew what you were doing and probably wanted to actually put it together. I mean, One Last Kill, was it, how long of a process did it take from knowing you wanted to make a movie to actually making it? Because I know you said you put it out there and you're like, okay, I want to make a movie, so do I. Like, how long of a process how long did it take to actually put out the movie?
I was around 6 months of preparation, give or take. Between the pre-production and the actual filming, it was like right around like 6-7 months of effort that went into One Last Kill. Weekends, in between like day jobs and whatnot.
That's another. I mean, for like everything you're saying is making it more impressive to me too. That's ridiculous. I mean, because we talked to a lot of filmmakers, a lot of like independent filmmakers that spend years and years and years on something, and sometimes it's not like great quality, and it's like it's still better than any movie I've done, but it's I don't know. That's pretty impressive, and I feel stupid for not coming up to you guys earlier, but whatever. I'm here now.
Better late than never, man.
Yeah. So I'm actually curious too, because you know how I feel about the movie. Like, so Tony and Leo, if we can get like maybe a little just your thoughts on it, especially Leo, because he's not as much of a horror guy as the rest of us.
Yeah. Actually, before we do that, just real quick in the chat room, bunch of people in the chat room. Jack Shipley says, hello, everybody. Hi, Bob Mendel. Daniel John says, hey, all. Melissa Potter says, hi, guys. Matthew Fisher says, yellow 508, folks.
Hey, Matt.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Melissa.
And if you have any questions for the group, please post them in the chat. I'm keeping an eye on both Facebooks and YouTube as well, and I'll try to get to them as best as possible. And we do have the trailer for One Last Kill, so do you mind if I play that?
Nope.
Okay, we'll play it, and when we come back, we'll get my thoughts and Tony's as well. Here we go.
I understand addiction. The need for something compelling you. No matter how much you don't want it.
Okay, there we are, and we posed in the chat room if anybody could hear us during the trailer, because we had an issue last week, and hopefully I fixed it, so nobody responded. So I'm assuming we're good.
If not, we heard about a sandwich that has pizza. And... So give your thoughts on that. I'm assuming no.
Yeah.
So yeah, Leo and Tony, I want to hear your thoughts on One Last Kill.
No, I really enjoyed it. It took me a second to realize that the guy in the back seat, not too long, that that was his.
Don't give too much away.
Okay, yeah, but I
Spoiler alert.
I enjoyed the contrast of I don't want to spoil it now. Just
Well, but yeah, just contrast of the characters. I mean, I
Yeah.
think we brought that up in the review we did too. Like, it took Wolfie a little bit to realize what was going on. I'm like, I mean, it probably took a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked the idea of it for
Oh,
sure.
totally. And towards the end, I have a question I'll have to ask you after the filming because yeah, something at the end that I just got a question on. But yeah, I liked how things transferred.
Perfect.
Yeah, totally. What about you, Tony?
Well, I think Kevin mentioned it before that whenever I watch shorts, it's one of those things I look at and I think, would it make a good feature or would it be better as, a short film? And both, to tell you the truth, the box and one last kill, I think would actually not be better, but I think could fill a whole feature film. So as I'm watching it, I'm like, I want to learn more because as I'm, like some of the context and stuff, I'm like, what does he mean? Like, what? I thought something was coming, and I'm gonna find out why. But at that point in time, like I said, I'm gonna keep it that way. But both films, I think, could definitely be a feature film, and I'd definitely be down with both because both of them were different. Because nowadays, too, you get all these, I guess, short films that almost mesh into each other, and you kind of see the similarities of both, but both films are completely different. And especially One Last Kill, I like the concept of it, so I like both of them. And to tell you the truth, you saying that leaps and bounds, the box and One Last Kill. I mean, the box had a little bit more. I guess when you said you had different cameras and stuff, so you can see the quality in both. But to tell you the truth, I think they're even as watching both of them.
Nice.
Thank
So
you.
Cool.
you're welcome.
So, if people want to see the One Last Kill, where can they go to see this? Is it something where they can only get it on through social media, like buying it from you, or?
Just go to our website, www.itcamefrom508.com. We have it available there on Blu-ray.
Tony's gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, Tony's gonna buy it.
Yeah, and just to give you a heads up, just to save yourself a click, or if you have a poor memory, just check the show notes down below or up above, depending on where you're watching or listening to us. I have all the links to everybody right here, including your website as well, and your Facebook, and all our individual guests as well. Thank you for
the runtime is like a little under 30 minutes, and I mean it flies by, but at the same time too, it's not there's so many things out there now that you'll be watching something and be like, oh, let me check my phone real quick. Like legit, like you're sold. I was sold the whole time. Like every time I've watched it a couple times now, both of them. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's whatever. I'm gonna shut up.
Mm-hmm.
So moving on from the box. So did you do any kind of festival runs or anything like that with it, or just more local stuff?
We premiered the box at our own festival, Dead of Autumn, in this past November. As far as actual like festival releases, they really frown on our format.
Really?
They like them being this long.
Oh, because it's like a longer short.
Yeah,
They should like it 15 minutes or less.
15 minutes or less, or even 9 minutes or less. They're
Oof.
really stringent about stuff like that. So we're really limited as to what festivals we can actually even get into. But that's not really why we do this.
Right.
So,
well, one thing too, like festivals they're cool, but at the same time too, like if there isn't a festival in your area, and there's so many movies that we've had come on and like, yeah, we're doing a festival run for like a year, and then like, great, we're not going to see this movie because you're not going to come anywhere around here.
Right.
So, and it never comes out and it drives me crazy. But anyways, so definitely go over to the website and check out the One Last Kill on Blu-ray for sure. And I'm positive it's a good price. I think I got it for you. I've got it from you at a decent price at the con as well. So then from that point, you guys went on to do the box, where you kept some of the same cast and you added some new ones. So what's the story behind that? Like, who came up with that idea for the box?
Guilty.
It was all you?
Well, this one was pretty much written, directed by me. One Last Kill was a combined effort of Erica, myself, and a good friend of ours, Johnny Surratt. But the box was pretty much the script was all it was all me. So,
That's awesome.
It was actually really weird. I think from the moment that I had like that light bulb moment where I was like, hey, I have this idea, it took me about a week and a half to have a first draft of the script done, which I don't know if any of you guys are writers. That's like no time at all. It's really fast. But I had passed the draft off to Erica, and we were both like, wow, this is a really good idea. Let's run with it. And then there was some refinement over a couple of months, to get the script just right. But
yeah, I mean, in that, I know, like we were talking about before that, where we go into the story, like you definitely want to know more about what happened before, and you want to know what's happening after, so it's like you definitely could expand on that, but I respect what you did with it for sure. And also too, like I said before, I've watched this a couple of times. I had no idea that was Brianna. I had no idea, and I was like, I know that you were in this group, but I had no idea it was you, because you don't really see your face very much. But
yeah, I didn't even know it was me, to be honest. I like see it in the video, and I'm like, well, yeah, because I'm loud as but no, like I see it in video, and I'm like, holy shit, that is me. And I'm like, you know what, it better be, because I was in the chair for a really long time getting made up for that. So it better look freaking good. It better not look like my ugly ass self. I'd rather look scary ass Brie. It was fun though.
It was fantastic makeup and fantastic lighting.
Yeah, who does the makeup for you?
Bob's wife, Lauren.
I did all your makeup.
Lauren did a lot of it.
She did hands. I did brushed everything.
Yeah, but those creepy hands in the trailer.
Yeah.
Lauren did that. She did.
That's one of the things that really stuck out to us in the review too. Like, we've seen that kind of thing before, but a lot of times I don't know. It was different this time. I don't know. We really liked it. I don't know. I don't know if you guys listened to the review that we did of the two, but yeah, we were very pleased.
Well, actually, speaking of that, Wolfie is in the chat room, and he says, I really liked One Last Kill, but loved the box. It had the subject matter I am into right now. I think he's always
boxes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's up in. Never mind. I'm not going to go that far with that joke. Never mind. Well done on both films. I really want to see the box in expanded feature. And we do have the trailer. Want to remind everybody, if you're interested in either of these films, check out. It came from the 508's website. Down in the show notes, down up above or down below.
Up.
Yep, up and away. But yeah, here's the trailer for that, and help support local filmmakers. And if you like it, definitely purchase it. And here we go. If I can find the right. Oh, wrong mouse. I'm sorry.
Too many mice.
Done.
Don't worry, you'll see soon.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, of our death.
Where's my wife?
We're all in here, Daddy. And so is Mommy.
And there we go. That was a trailer for The Box, which is available on Blu-ray and DVD as well. And links in the show notes down below or up above. Woohoo!
Woohoo indeed. Leo, what are your thoughts on The Box?
I liked The Box. I think I liked One Last Kill better, but I think they were both phenomenal. I think they were both well shot.
Is there a reason? Like, you just don't like that people try to put greenhouses in their yard? Is that the reason why?
No.
You're anti-greenhouse?
No, I mean, as of the story-wise, I mean, both were excellent. I enjoyed it. I think I just like One Last Kill a little bit better. But, it's not really my subject matter. But, I thought the makeup was excellent. The character was definitely done up well. I thought the story was going a different way. I think maybe that's why I was thrown off a little bit.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
No, not
if
at
you don't
all.
want it to be predictable, right?
Yeah, totally.
Just, and I'm assuming Tony liked it as well, obviously.
Yeah, like I said, I both of them, especially for the fact that you guys, never did anything before. I enjoyed both of them for sure. And we're talking about it before with the special effects. I enjoyed it in both of them, especially the one scene in One Last Kill. Harping back on that, one of the ending scenes, I was like, oh wow, okay. Sometimes we see like implied violence. That was like right in your face. So literally right in your face, especially that one. But for both of them, I was extremely, the Box subject matter isn't my forte, like Leo, I guess. I'm with Leo with the One Last Kill. I think I like that style, not style, but like genre, subgenre, I guess you would call it. So I'm with Leo. I liked One Last Kill a little bit more, but both, I think everybody watching should definitely check out both.
You wouldn't kick them out of bed for eating crackers, like either of them.
No, not at all. I mean, I enjoyed both definitely, but if I have to pick a subgenre or one that I liked a little bit more, then
okay,
I lean the one more.
Whatever. So when I got the box from you on Blu-ray at Rock and Shock, R.I.P. Rock and Shock as well. Sucks, huh? Anyway,
Hey, they're bringing it back, just a different name.
I know, but it's we'll see. Hopefully it does well. But when I got it from you, it was a pre-release. Like you guys hadn't really put anything out yet. You were waiting for the for the film festival. Was that the only festival that you guys worked with? Or I know like it's not really, like you said earlier, you don't really get into a lot of them, but have you screened it anywhere else?
No, I'm working on some more screenings going into the summer for The Box, but nothing else really at the moment.
I also host cocktails and screens every month, so we usually only do like 6 short films a month, 15 minutes or less, but I might just one day say, hey, listen, I was in this film, I co-run Dead at Bottom, and we filmed, we premiered it here. I'm going to show it here anyways because, well, I want to, and this is my thing that I do every month, so
you run the show.
Yeah.
You run. So that might be a thing that's coming in the future.
Because we just screened Strawberry Lane as well last month, and we got a great response on it. So we want to bring more. It came from the 508 things there because the Providence scene hasn't seen it as much as the Massachusetts scene has, and Cocktails and Screens is in Providence.
Oh, where's it at in Providence?
The Black Box Theater. It's connected to AS220 on Empire Street.
I'm well aware of the AS220. I've played a few uncomfortable shows there myself.
Yeah, Cocktails. It's free to submit your films. It's free to go. So we get a lot of people that show up.
Nice.
So in case you wanted to know if I was going to add them to my collection, I just ordered them. So
nice.
charge him double. I'm just saying. Charge him double and send me the extras. So getting into like now we've talked about the movies. I want to talk to the actors a bit. So Erica and Dan, you've been in both of the features, or both of the shorts. I can't call them features, right? Because they're not. They should have been. I'm just saying. So was this your first times in front of the camera, or do you guys have a history in horror or acting in general?
I had no idea what I was doing. I just like horror movies, so
there's that.
That's kind of just, I don't know.
And you guys didn't really know each other beforehand, so was that uncomfortable? Was that like no?
No, I don't know. Dan and I like got along really well, so
I'm easy.
It was easy to like act with someone who's like really chill. So
he's pretty intense.
It was really easy for me to like not know what I was doing because he didn't really know what he was doing either. So I'm just like, yeah, we're in it together. It's fine. It's cool.
That's awesome. And Dan, as far as do you have any kind of background in acting, or is this your first thing?
In front of the camera, but I would say every time I step outside, I'm acting as soon as I get public.
Like I don't want to kill anybody. See, this is all an act. Yeah.
I mean, having to, I don't know. I'd say if you've ever gotten away with lying to your parents as a child, or having to have a customer service job at one point in your life, you know, I mean, you've probably been pulling off acting. I mean, it's a lot harder to do when somebody gives you the script and you can't just go off on your own. So it was challenging in that aspect. But well, I mean, we all kind of, you know, connect and have that, you know, let's try this out and see where it goes. So
Dan goes all in though. He throws himself downstairs.
I was gonna say, like the yelling in One Last Kill, I was like, it's a lot. Like my wife's like looking at me like, what the hell are you watching? I'm like, I'll turn it down. Sorry.
Oh, just Dan being crazy.
Yeah, Dan being Dan, you know.
Yeah, you know.
But the one scene in the box too.
All the stuff that's in my head finally.
What are you saying, Tony?
No, I said the one scene in the box. I don't want to give anything away, but the one scene towards the end with the stairs or whatever. I was like, yeah, I was like, how did that like?
Oh no, he threw himself.
That was all him.
That was hilarious.
There was
no one was actually pulling him. He literally threw himself down the stairs.
He threw himself down the stairs to pull that off.
We have a blooper somewhere where he like ran into the door or the wall. Oh my god, that was so.
He had to do it a couple times. Is what you're saying?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
I think it was at least three.
3 takes, I think.
I think it was 3.
It was 3. There were 3 takes.
Yeah, you know, it's all for the culture, man. You know? You can tell,
I
100%.
had a very elaborate plan and like a much safer, coordinated way we were going to go about that.
Safe doesn't look real, you know. Like, you gotta go all out.
Then Dan came up with his own idea, and I was like, I didn't particularly think it was going to work out. I didn't like it, but he asked me to let him try it, and we did, and it worked out really well. And so I was like, okay, if you really want to hurt yourself that bad, sure.
Minor injury is completely worth it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it was sped up or anything, but I'm like, how many people did they have? Like, because it was fast. I'm like, oh, I had to have like a few people just. But I guess not. I guess I was mistaken.
It was all him.
That's it.
Fun, you know. The first 2 takes, I guess.
Next day, I'm sure it was awesome.
Time 3, you were hurt. Let's not lie.
And now
we didn't like that one too much. Just do it again.
Yeah. We should probably hit record in this, right? Next time we'll record it. Yeah. So Bob, besides being straight edge, I see you're a musician as well, right?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Nice. So is this the first time you've been in something, being a supervisor of some sort?
I like to supervise, but I had a brief attempt at acting in another film that never got made, and so technically no. Yes. And Seacon acting there, close to 24 years.
Wow.
Well, more actually, yeah, true
That-
story.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
You're old.
So,
I know.
I'm old, so you know.
That's
But
great.
yeah.
What other spot? Because me and my wife, like we hit up those places all the time. So
Yeah.
what other ones do you work at, or have you?
Right now I work at Fairtown in Seekonk. I used to work at Gooley Manor in Taunton, Mass. Before that, I worked at Spooky World at Foxborough Stadium, Spooky World at Bayside Expo Center, and Spooky World at Fenway Park.
Nice.
So, and then before that, I worked for a local haunt in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. It was a small one. That was one of my first real pro haunts, you know. But that was back when I was in high school, so in middle school and whatnot. So
Yeah, we go to these places all the time. And the one thing, there's one that we go to for Christmas and Valentine's Day. The Fright Kingdom does like events.
it was phenomenal.
Yeah, and I respect it too because they actually try to scare me there. Like if we go to Spooker World every year, no one ever tries to scare me. They always like step in front of me so they can get my wife. You know.
In all honesty, Spooky World now is not the Spooky World of yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I still have a lot of friends that work there and whatnot, but I do believe that their product was a little bit better back in the day, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's still a good time, but I really think.
I still go myself. You know.
Yeah, I think Fright Kingdom's where it's at though. It's all inside, so you don't have to worry about the weather and stuff like that. It's a good time.
Yeah, not all of it's all inside, but you know. Oh, you're talking about Fright Kingdom.
Fright Kingdom, yeah.
Fright Kingdom, yeah, they're phenomenal.
Yeah. I was actually I was trying to talk to them about doing some kind of event there. So that would be because they have projectors and stuff. So I was like, hey, maybe we should hook something up. If that's the case, we're saying we'll put the box on. I'm just saying. But yeah. So how did it was it something that you auditioned for, or did you know
I actually got in contact with the 508 because they were doing a video podcast at the time with a mutual friend of mine, and they asked me to be on that at one point. So I met James, I met Erica, I met Paul, I met everybody, and then from there they were talking about doing more movies because One Last Killer just came out, and they said, "Oh, would you like to audition for one?" I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to," because we all got along. I liked hanging out with everybody, so it kind of felt like family already. So I said, "Definitely."
Oh,
Thanks. Do the heart quick, so. but yeah, so it was just it felt natural, and they asked me to read, and I did, and so
that was the tough part.
Yeah.
Reading's hard.
Tahi? No, it's the. All right.
Reading's hard. See, I pronounced an R right there.
Yeah, hard. Reading's wicked hard.
Hard.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you had a good time on. It seemed like you were having fun.
On the box?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a little fun.
A little bit. Leo and I actually filmed a scene for a movie, and it was horrible. We were very uncomfortable and very cut out of the movie, as I recall.
Yeah.
Except for if you get the actual physical release of it, I guess we're in it. But I'm not doing that. But yeah, so that's kudos to you guys. It's very weird and uncomfortable. I always like people. I'm like, I don't want people looking at me. I'm like,
well, also,
whatever.
I mean, where we filmed, it was like,
yeah, it was at Rock and Shock right outside. He's like, hey, let's go outside. I got a vampire. Let's do this. I'm like, huh? And like, we just went outside the side entrance of Rock and Shock and did it in front of all these people. And I'm like, oh, nice. We've never done this before. Yeah. So, anyway,
that's the thing. I mean, we're all horror fans, but I mean, myself, I don't ever see myself, acting or anything like that. So taking that next step and going from, I like a horror movie to actually getting into one is, I think, a, big step. So
oh yeah,
watching that and hearing the more, like Kev was saying, the more you hear about it, makes it that much more impressive that you didn't make anything before, that you didn't have acting lessons before. Like all this makes it even more of a reason why I went and bought both movies. So.
If I see someone like deliver a line and I'm like, wow, that could have been done better. I'm like, and if I think about it, I'd be like, it would have been done like 3 times worse if it was me. So I didn't really complain too much, But so yeah, I mean, kudos to you guys for sure, especially first time actors. But so with
actually,
Brianna, I know What?
Oh no, I was just gonna say real quick. Rebecca Sheridan says, "Hey." Angel says, "Hello, everybody." And
Angel from Strange Show Angel.
yeah. And Wolfie has a question when you're done with Brianna.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Brianna, I know you do a lot of different cosplays, and you're at all these different cons and stuff like that. Have you ever? Is this your first movie as well, or have you done?
I actually started acting in middle school. I'm a theater geek. I was in every school play. I was in every play I could be in. I also went to Burtwood School of Performing Arts for singing, dancing, and acting. And then I was in Jordan Pacheco's Dead Bounty. That was my first movie.
Oh,
which
nice.
was really cool because Tony Moran was in it. So I was like, holy shit. And then I just networked from there. I've been in, I don't know how many films at this point, but I always am either the undead or I get killed. So I think everyone has a personal vendetta against me, but I'm okay with it. And I worked at Ghoulie Manor for one season. That's actually how I met Bob. So I was a haunt actor for a short time, and I did like haunts at my schools and everything. Definitely not my first film, but I had one line in the box, but I'm okay with it. And I couldn't keep serious because of what line it was, but we had a good time with it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh, I know.
I can't take it seriously. After like however many hours I was sitting in the chair, I was just like, this is the one line you gave me. Okay. And I messed with them, but it was a fun time.
Nice. We said Wolfie had a question.
Yeah. Wolfie was asking, any chance of seeing a werewolf film down the road?
He's like, he's not going to say anything apparently.
Maybe. I actually do have a script for a werewolf movie kicking around. That's a possibility. Is it happening like next? No, but that there might be a werewolf movie in our future.
I can't imagine that being cheap.
No.
And you don't want to do it wrong. You don't want to have a CG werewolf because that just, it depends if it's too much.
Looks like a werewolf, so we're like halfway there.
Okay, good point.
I'll just act I'll break my rule. I don't act in my own films generally. But yeah, I'll just pop over there. I'll get it.
Fall River, kid.
Werewolves of Fall River.
Oh, no, we don't want to see werewolves of Fall River. No.
Like, will they all have like mass accents and stuff? Like they're like, "Oh, dude."
Yeah, and there'd probably be some other problems too.
Yeah. Other Fall River problems.
Yeah. Fall River problems.
Yeah. So besides making your own movies, you're also like you're a production company, so you're helping other filmmakers. And there's a Strawberry Lane, which was you guys are putting out as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did that all come to be? Like, did someone submit? Is it someone you know, or?
Okay. So Jeremy, who directed Strawberry Lane, his sister Crystal, who runs Ocular Deceptions, which is a makeup company.
Mm-hmm.
We were I had ended up meeting her through a mutual friend, and she was actually the one that turned me on to Jeremy's work. She's like, "Oh, you should meet my brother. He makes movies. They're awesome. Well, he's horror." I'm like, "Oh, well, that sounds great." So I ended up meeting Jeremy eventually, and I saw Strawberry Lane, and it just blew me away. How gutsy he was, which is something that we take a lot of pride in here, is that we don't flinch away from doing uncomfortable stuff.
Yeah.
And Jeremy just kind of embodied that in spirit, where our styles as directors couldn't be any further apart from each other and different, but we had that core of just do whatever you want. Like, fuck what people think about it. Just do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy wasn't really doing much as far as distributing it goes for Strawberry Lane. So I presented him with the idea of like, well, I have this label, I have this production company. Why don't you let us release it through our name, and we'll get it out there, and more people will watch it. They'll barf bags and run out of theater screaming. Yeah, that's basically how it came about. Very, very grassroots. It was a very loose meeting.
It wasn't like, hey, I have to go and have a meeting and wear a tie and be like, I'd like you to produce this for me.
Would that be Jeremy Joseph Aruda?
Jeremy Joseph Aruda, yes.
He's in the chat room right now, and actually, we do have the trailer if you'd like us to play it.
Yeah.
Ask Jeremy, he's in the chat room. All right. Well, there's a delay, so we won't wait. Just play it.
There we go.
Madeline Escort Services, how can I help you?
My name is Billy.
Yes.
I need a girl to come downtown.
And
Wicked.
there we Wicked.
I had to kick my slippers off. They were too
on camera. It's like,
That was the trailer for Strawberry Lane, and again, all these are available. If you check the show notes down below or up above, it came from the 508's website. Also, you can follow them on Facebook and all our awesome guests here as well, all their individual Facebooks. So if you like talking to indie filmmakers, maybe hit them up and ask them what they're doing, right?
Yeah, follow them. I mean, check out the movies.
Totally.
You're going to fall in love with them, and then you're going to, want to see what's coming up next. So the thing with Strawberry Lane is that it's definitely a different style. It's a different subgenre of horror altogether. Very artsy. There's a lot of really interesting cinematography and stuff in it. It's got some really, really cool stuff. There's some stuff that it kind of lost me on, but I did enjoy it. It's just if someone's watching The Box or watching One Last Kill and they're expecting the same kind of horror, it's completely different than that. But if you're open-minded, by all means, definitely. I mean, that's the thing is I don't like to be pigeonholed in horror either. So it's good to see. It's refreshing to see a different style. So that's awesome that you're doing that as well. Like you're giving opportunity to distribute, everything. That's good.
And those masks were creepy as all hell. Oh, I was just saying those masks were creepy as all hell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were. But no, our mantra as a group is really just creatively no limits. Like anybody that ever wants to release something through us or work with us as a production company, if they have something to offer creatively and they really kind of knock us for a loop, we're not going to get in your way. Whatever you want to do as creators, you do it, and we'll just see what the end result looks like and maybe make some adjustments there. But I don't want to ever get in the way of any director's vision of what they have planned for their film.
That's awesome. So I know you don't want to talk too much about what you got coming up, but you do have stuff coming up. Is it? Can you at least say if it's like a short or if it's a feature, or is that a no?
I would definitely say it leans more in the feature department.
Nice.
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's substantially longer than what we've put out so far. At least an hour length, I would.
Okay.
So it's.
And how many people in that room are going to be in the movie? I don't know if you want to even say that. I'm just digging. All of them?
I mean, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I want to know. Am I in it? What's up? No.
Definitely all the people in this room are going to be in
Okay.
the movie. I can say that for certain.
All right. I'm trying to think of other questions that I can ask to try to figure out what it is. It's I'm not going to be able to do it, I don't think.
You're not going to crack that wallet.
I know.
I'll wrap this up for you right now, Kevin. Based on your review of One Last Kill in the Box
Mm-hmm.
and what you were asking for
Mm-hmm.
in that review, you are going to be very happy about what our next movie is.
Well, all right.
But if you want to know more than that, you are going to have to wait your ass until about November when we announce it.
All right. I'll do that. That's my birthday. November's my birthday, so it'll be like a gift. It'll be a gift to get information.
Remember, you come to the next set of autumn too, and then we'll give you a birthday shout out.
All right. Yeah.
Cool.
I'll totally go. I'll totally go.
I said that we're going to announce something in November, and then she said Dead of Autumn is also in November. I don't know. Maybe there might be something weird going on there. Might be some kind of coincidence, like they might be
Maybe
on the same day.
Now I have a question for you. With the rise of like anthology films, you ever think about, you just mentioned not limiting people to all, anything. You ever think about combining or finding people and just making almost like a ABCs of Death or anything along those lines?
I would absolutely love to do something like that. If there were a bunch of filmmakers who wanted to do something along the lines of an ABCs of Death or something like that, I just wanted to do like these little 5-minute micro shorts, and we just made like 20 of them. I would be all over that. 'Cause I think it would be a hell of a lot of fun.
So anybody watching this video now, and you're a filmmaker, and you want a nice little short, hit up, in the 508.
Where
Absolutely.
Tony's just like making deals over here.
I think that would be a ball.
508 short films.
508 short films.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Watch that.
1,001 Ways to Die, 508 short
See?
I mean, at that point, how many, we have, like 12 Friday the 13th and all this stuff. So at that point in time, just put it out.
It's pretty far off from 508 movies, though.
Yeah, but if it's short, it's like a 5-minute short or like 508-minute shorts.
See?
500-minute shorts. Okay.
Yeah. See?
Well,
Tony's
so goddamn long right there. And the credits, imagine the credits at the end of that thing.
Do you really have 9 fingers, Tony? That's what I want to know.
It's a nickname I got in high school. I screwed up my finger playing football, so
there it's just
it's a hook.
He's got an Ethan finger. It's an Ethan finger.
So it's just,
Don't ask why they call him left.
Not like that.
but,
So no, as far as like everyone else, like as far as like the cast and stuff. Now, are you, because of this your experience with the 508, are you now looking to do more with other like projects, or is it just going to stay in the family kind of thing?
I've always been looking, but I'm a busy guy. I got a band. My band On Your Deathbed actually was the opening song of the box. So like we do a lot. So I don't have a ton of free time. I was an extra in a Charlie Hunter movie that was filmed in the area, but that still hasn't came out. So
Anyone else?
No. I've told these guys 100 times, if there's other people that they want to work with, go.
I'm making my own, so
Yeah.
I'll do anything with anybody.
Yeah, I'll work with whoever.
Yeah, I'm making my own, and
Yes,
then with Rob. Oh my God, why am I losing
Rob
my
Lee.
mind? Rob Lee. Me.
Call me.
Lee Visuals. Me and him. We're making a film. We're filming it in May. So
nice.
Wicked pumped.
It can only improve what we do for them to go out and be in other stuff.
Yeah.
And learn
places. There's no good in me sitting here hoarding my actors like I'm a friggin' dragon sitting on a pile of gold. Like,
yeah.
It doesn't work out. It just doesn't work.
Oh, where your pile of gold?
You're my pile of gold, Erica. But yeah, no, I would never hold them back.
I'm that cursed piece of gold from Pirates of the Caribbean first movie. That makes them all turn into ghosts.
Ooh.
But honestly, if you like what we do, we're all open to work with anybody,
Hell
you
yeah.
know, we wanna experience everybody's vision, especially in the horror culture.
Definitely.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, filmmakers, if you're listening or watching, definitely hit up the show notes and check these people out. And go check out the shorts, and you can see their chops, and then just give us a shout out on the credits. That's all.
Makeup too. Just saying.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So we're getting to a close to that time. We got a bunch of you on here. So just real quick, before we do the rundown and everything, Brianna, you said you were going to start filming a movie soon.
Yes, in May I am.
Right. What is can you talk about what it is or what it's what it's about?
It's horror. It's creepy, paranormal, and I can't really say much more than that. Besides, if you have kids, you might not want to watch it. You might get a little upset, but it's gonna be fun. It's really exciting. Me and Rob Lee, we're really excited to make it. I can't say too much, but I'm so fucking amped. I can't even tell you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll know because we run into you all over the place. So
Really everywhere.
yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of cons are kind of disappearing, which kind of sucks. But we'll still run into you here and there. But so yeah, I don't know if we want to do the rundown.
Yeah,
Leo.
totally. So I want to remind everybody, check the show notes down below or up above, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, for all the links for our awesome guests right here. And why don't we start it with James? Where do you like people following you?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Well, yeah. Where do you like people following you, like on social media, like to keep an eye on the 508?
Just look me up on Facebook at James Lamond. Nothing too exciting there. And if you Instagram, you can find me at James Lamond Sucks.
Really?
Really?
No. Okay. I'll follow you.
Yeah. Erica?
So you can find me on Facebook. My name on Facebook is Erica Looker Winchester. And my Instagram is White Witch, and the W's are 2 V's.
Very cool. Brianna?
You can find me on Facebook, Brianna Gonçalves. Brianna with one N, Gonçalves spelled the Portuguese way with an S. Instagram, I'm Bewitched_Brianna, and on Slasher, I am Bewitched Brianna. Definitely check me out on Slasher because I post more fun stuff on there.
Bob?
Bob Mendel on Facebook, on Instagram, xbob13x. On Your Deathbed on Facebook, On Your Deathbed on Instagram and Twitter. I'm on Twitter also as xbob13x. Most of my stuff's xbob13x. And on Pornhub, I'm just kidding.
Are you though?
And Dan?
Oh yeah, Dan Bouchard on Facebook. That's about it.
Just Facebook, no Instagram. Go, yeah, and like for real, like you check out these movies, and Dan's like super intense. So I can definitely see you like getting some other offers out there eventually at some point, because it was just like, God damn, like this. It reminded me like almost like I went to see Tony Todd in a play, and it was he was so intense. I like felt like I needed to leave the room. Like I was like, I got to get out of here. A fight's gonna break out. And like I felt like that watching you just yell. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I would just start running. Like I don't know.
Well, thank
so, yeah,
you.
intense.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I bring a lot to the table as far as personal things and my acting skills, but as far as everything goes, we're all just here to have fun.
Yeah, definitely. And so and then you want us to do the rundown on our end too, right?
Yeah, totally. Tony?
You can find me at Tony Has 9 Fingers on YouTube, where I do movie reviews, unboxings, stuff like that. Tony Has 9 Fingers on Twitter. Tony's Movies on Instagram, where I show off the movies behind me. And, of course, here on The Dorkening every Tuesday night. Kev?
A-Knuckle on Twitter and Instagram. Doing the show here. Doing reviews with Wolfie over on the Wicked Horror Show. Not YouTube, the podcast channel, I guess. I'm also part of Black and White Fright and Secret Underground Hideout, and there's another podcast that I'm producing that's going to be coming out soon, and I'll give more info on that when that happens. And Leo?
Yeah, For me, just Google Leo Pond. You'll find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not, but more importantly, follow our awesome guests right here. We want to thank you so much for sharing your art with us. We can't wait to see what else you guys do. And like I said, check out show notes down below or up above, and check out the It Came from the 508. We'll catch you guys later.
Bye, everybody.
See you later.
Bye.
Thanks.
Let's wait.